Welcome back to
Debatable.
Yeah, the Debatable Podcast. This is MC War.
The official sport of rap battle.
Yeah, definitely, man. Ooh, it's a lot going on, bro. It's a lot going on. And I'm not just saying that, man. It literally is, man. So I mean, where do we start? We start with Jay-Z, you know? Battles? Yeah. I mean, because right now it's, I got all the recent battles released, you know what I'm saying? But, but I thought that's the most important, that's the biggest battle of all right now. We just came off listening to, what's your man name?
Choke
No Joke. He was on Chig's show, I think it was.
Man.
Yeah, and it was like, the things he was saying about.
The dots he connected, man. He just like effortlessly connected some dots. I don't know if he's from that era. He's from, you know what I mean? He knows him. He's burnt. Like, D Haven is burnt, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So cats, because they have a way, they feel some type of way.
Definitely.
They're going to speak a certain type of way.
Definitely. So, they're going to be candid, but yet, obviously they're biased, right? Because, they had issues, you know what I'm saying? So, you can't help it. Like, if you got issues with somebody, you're going to be biased. But I did like the fact to say that, he doesn't think that he's capable of it. He did make comparisons to his daughter. Yet we do know how these children are, and the women are into, saying. So I know, because he was basically saying, well, Blue Ivy dressing so older looking, right, as a young, but that's American society though, because they put them kids in the proms, 11 years old, 10 years old, they got them dressing up. They don't do that.
No, they do.
The Caucasians don't do that.
Of course, they do, but they have these beauty pageants for children.
See,
like children. 10, between 5, 10, 11 years old, walking down a runway, full-blown makeup on. This is that weird stuff that they be on. You follow what I'm saying? So, the fact that your man Choke was able to connect some dots, it kind of, because that Mufasa stuff is for Disney.
Right.
And then they have a whole track record with remember that sting that happened over there in Disney, right? There was a big sting with children trafficking or whatever that happened over there.
No, I'm not familiar. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but you look it up.
I will.
I don't have the direct details right now, but
no problem.
I remember there was a sting that took place in Disney World that dealt with children trafficking. But my point is, for Blue Ivy to be celebrated for Mufasa as a voiceover, great. I mean, that's incredible. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shouts out to her for that. But now the dots that was connected was how can you have your daughter right now? You're on the heels of being, you're facing these allegations of a 13-year-old. Your daughter's 12 years old, but then your daughter is actually at a premiere dressed like her mother,
right?
And then when you look at the pictures, there's no difference.
My question would be, who was responsible for that, the mother or the daughter? That would be my question. Well,
I'm saying,
I know the man, you're gonna be like, oh, it's a man, because that's what Choke No Joke was saying. As a man, you can't let your daughter go out like that. Yet, it just depends on the relationship you and the mate got, because you and the wife, because a lot of times the wife be handling a lot of stuff. Like Cass could be the biggest, strongest guy on the planet, but when he come home, a lot of times the woman is running it. And if that's her mindset, like, that's, hey, she want to wear this and I want her to look like a woman. I mean, I'm just saying, like, we got to. So, but I get it. But see, that's the part that I feel like is biased. Now, the other part, the part that I don't think.
Well, I don't think it's biased. You know why? Because Blue Ivy has actually performed on shows, at shows. And then these shows
dressed how?
Appropriately. I thought it was appropriate because you're in front of thousands of people. You follow what I'm saying? You're following your mother as an artist.
Right, but I think appropriate when it comes to what we talking about right now is definitely going to be perspective. I agree that she looks grown, but the U.S. culture, the American culture, and this is debatable. You know what I'm saying? It's debatable, but my mind said the U.S. culture. They from a very young age, they got these little girls in heels and dresses. You know what I'm saying? Younger than 12, 13 years old. Like you said, they got their school beauty pageants and all these different things. They bring them up, so I'm not saying I agree with it yet. It's the U.S. culture. So like most of them, like mayors and governors and all of that, they daughters at 12 is probably looking the same way. So because they in that world right now trying to compete.
Yep. So the statement when he said, if she's at a after party and she had a drink that made her woozy, and somebody takes her in her room and have.
My man, she was never supposed to be in the after party, bro.
Right.
How does that happen? But you get what I'm talking about? You got identification.
But the fact
you got and with these guys, bro, come on, man, y'all need that.
But the point still
Listen,
hit
if
hard.
I'm Jay-Z or Diddy, bro, I got RFID chips. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you can't even come in unless the chip, run the chip through the system. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Run the chip through the system. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Fingerprint that. Come on, these guys. But maybe that was young. They was young at that time. So maybe people was getting in. But I don't believe it's true.
Shouts out to Goods, how he be moving with his daughter. I'm loving that. You know what I'm saying? And the way she looked. I don't know how old she is, but she looked appropriate, right?
Yeah,
so my thing is,
but have you seen her 7th grade prom picture? You know what I'm talking about? I just think that your man,
I'm just saying,
choke no joke, the biasness set in on that right there, which is, I get it. He got an angle. That was an angle, but that's not an angle that's gonna make me say, because Jay-Z's daughter dressed like that, when I know he got a mother that dressed like that, and his mother's mother. I'm just saying this. Hold up.
You know,
like they be saying,
so debatable.
The mother's mother probably was dressing like that. You get what I'm saying? I don't know.
Actually, the mother was dead in the same picture.
I'm just saying the same picture. The mother's mother was dressed. So I don't want that to be put on Jigga. You know, I don't even like using the Jigga name.
I'm just saying.
Shouts out I want early in advance free Jay-Z.
All I'm saying is this, right? I'm saying is this. Like, for me, it hit hard. Why it hit hard is because when you have in our culture, I'm gonna say our culture, right? You've had cats that brought.
When you say our, you saying hip hop culture? Oh, hip hop culture is trash culture, bro. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
So within our culture, I know it's trash.
When we talk about you know what I'm talking about, like the sagging pants, because that's all people,
but I can't disown it.
I'm just saying.
I can't
the
say
elements of hip hop
I can't say they culture. It's the same. It's the same culture that evolved to what it is right now.
Well, we got a separate. Obviously, we have crowns on, so obviously we have a different culture.
You
know what I mean?
I
wanted to be specific.
I still prescribe.
I wanted to be specific. That's why I asked.
I still prescribe to the hip hop culture based on the era I grew up in, what I listened to, how I developed, what groomed me, and everything else. So I still prescribe to it.
Definitely.
Insofar as identifying, when I see Goods go to a Funkmaster Flex show to do a display, or I-95 to do a display of his rhyme skills, and I see his daughter dressed, in a particular way where it's like, he's promoting his brand. Whether he's promoting his brand or not, this young lady is dressed respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell that, his dad is making sure that she move a certain type of way, whether he's there or not. She's gonna have that mindset of what her dad instilled in her, right? So boom. So now when you see other women or girls in those same settings, right? They adhere to how the current culture is dressed. So you might find the same 16-year-old dressed, but they looking like a straight blown out 24, 30-year-old woman with looking crazy like a sexy red. You follow what I'm saying? And now when you're looking into a culture that's dealing with Disney World, and then you have a young lady like Blue Ivy that's 12 years old, that's dressed in such a way with the makeup and everything else, and then your man Choke say, well, if she was at an after party, would you tell that she was 12? Would you think that she was a grown woman? So to me, that hit hard. Because why? Because in those celebrity settings, there might be parties going on, and you have little young girls just sitting there.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this happened, but the way he connected the dots, you know what I'm saying? He connected the dots pretty officially.
Yeah. I was just saying that it was from a biased perspective, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, you got hip hop culture, and we know that, you don't keep, most of the time, I mean, a person like Jay-Z can keep hip hop culture on a little longer than the average person. person like Cool J, because they're getting paid for it. So meaning,
like, she's been at a lot of awards.
But I was just separating. I was just separating life. Like, I was separating life as an American with any culture.
But I'm saying Blue Ivy specifically been in the public eye for a long time.
No, I'm not even disputing that. I'm just dealing with life in the United States. Any culture, you have to assimilate to United States culture. You could be Buddhist, Indian. That's the mindset. You know, even though they tell you it's freedom of religion and freedom of these thought processes, it's not true.
So that's that Hugh Hefner Playboy thing then.
I'm not even going there. I was just going into
part of the culture.
Well, I was just going into the fact, but I'm not disputing it either. You know, just the thought I was wanting to get out was that culture, you pretty much turn your culture on and off.
Okay.
In the U.S., even the Jews, like, you know, the Hasidic Jews will probably be some of the people with some of the highest levels of culture, where like literally cut off
for the European.
For the European. You know what I mean? Like, well, you know, just for practicing, period, because it's hard for anybody to practice a real culture in the United States of America, because
I agree.
Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, as we said, God, gold, oil, drugs, guns, oil, drugs. God is money in the United States. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? If you want, you know, you're praying, but then your kids got to eat. You know the whole thing. Like even, you know, Tupac said it. You know what I'm saying? Where he was talking about, you know, I forgot the name of the song, but he was expressing the dude came out. He's a Muslim now. You know what I'm talking about? But at the end of the day, you know, he's people still need to feed their children. This is the mindset. So they'll go out and break laws based on their cultural laws, because they know they need to make money. Yeah,
they have a ham sandwich every now and then.
Yeah, you know, whatever it is. But the point is, so my point is that U.S. culture, you know what I mean, you're going to cut your hip-hop culture off at some point. You're going to turn it off. You're going to go to school. You're going to turn it off. You're going to attend class, you know, and, you know, you're not going to be using the slang and the different terminology. You're going to turn it off and you're going to put a suit on. You can't say that's hip-hop culture. No. That's European culture. That's their European Italian suit made in Italy. You get what I'm talking about? And exported all over the world, forcing everybody to wear their cultural attire during a formal event. So my point is that, you know, I get it, you know what I'm saying? He did make some tie-ins, but, you know, you got to recognize he's very biased, you know what I'm saying? So he caught something which was like, you know, but you would have to now, you got to dig in the layers of how many people's children dress that way. So just because, and I'm sure Goods, you know what I'm saying? But if his daughter is going to some prom at 7th grade prom or something like that, and they have these proms that go down. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, will she dress with a dress on? You know what I'm talking about? Because it was, I mean, she showed her shoulders, but it wasn't like her, it's not like
it wasn't crazy.
You know what I mean?
I think the makeup,
I
think the makeup and the fact that, you know, it went from a 12-year-old looking like a, you know, 17-year-old really quick is like, okay, you know, that could have been modified with the type of money they got for a children's role. They could have put that in perspective and still been classy about it, because they got enough money because of the fact that she's doing a voiceover for a cartoon, Mufasa, a child, 12 years old. They could have put that in its proper context, I think.
And I think right now, no matter what he do, it's a rap. I mean, like, meaning they are after him. It's going to be kind of ugly right now.
Fact.
So what he was explaining was, you know, the part that I kind of agreed with is like, you know, and not saying that he sold his soul, but, you know, he was explaining how, you know, these people, we enter into these agreements, or these people enter into these agreements, and then, you know, you got to pay for certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, certain things was happening, but, you know, but then there's also, you know, as an African and American, there's also challenges that you're going to go through, because name one black man that's not going through or hasn't gone through what Jay-Z, Diddy, and the rest of these guys have gone through on the levels that they're on. You reach that level and you're gonna go through certain things, right? And then, you know, and I'm actually even wondering, you know, I mean, I don't know, but I'm wondering, you know, is you know, Drake involved in some of this stuff? Because, you know, listen, man, when it's war, bro. And right now, I just noticed, shouts out to Hip Hop DX, Drake and Drake and the NFL have partnered on on some starter jackets.
Nah, the OVO?
Yeah, OVOs. NFL X is NFL and OVO.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it's called
telling you, his moms, man. They yo, you don't know who's connected, who's related to who, man.
And
when it comes to that stuff,
it's called Gridiron Collection.
Crazy.
And yeah, so it's starter. It's NFL, OVO, and starter, and it's every team, and they they look dope for people that into that.
Starter ain't just popping. Starter, you know what I mean? Starter been around for a minute.
Definitely. I wonder who owns the brand right now, though. Is the question. That's the question I would like to know, who owns the brand, because a lot of these brands get sold, just like Roc Nation. Roc Nation, them guys don't own the brand anymore. They wound up selling it. I forgot the name of the company, but it becomes, it's a war going on like this. So just like you were saying,
no one is safe from.
Everybody always says that Nas won the battle, but Jay-Z won the war. You get what I'm talking about? Right now, Kendrick Lamar won the battle, but Drake might win the war, because the war is going to be, now
them folks, man. Them
because
folks,
now
man,
look,
on his mom's
Jay-Z also might have made a mistake by publicizing that communication on the Roc Nation channel.
Why is that?
And this was something I was reading in Yahoo Business, either Yahoo Business or Yahoo Finance, and they were saying because now he's basically brought himself as a part of Roc Nation as opposed to a separate entity. You get what I'm talking about? So Yahoo, the writer of that Yahoo Finance article is saying that might not have been a good look for him. By putting it out on the Roc Nation platform, but now
it should have been his attorney.
I mean,
it should have been his attorney.
Yeah,
but
I'm wondering why his attorneys. But see, this is how they try to get you. Again, when they coming at you, you never know who you got in your corner. That might be, come on. We talk about this all the time. COINTELPRO, the government's counterintelligence program, and if you think they was in the come on, bro, they was in the Southern Christian Leadership Coalition, which is one of the most peaceful organizations, maybe the planet. The planet, the Earth. You get what I'm talking about? Earth has maybe ever seen ever. And they have federal agents inside there. So you're gonna tell me they don't got them inside these rich African American organizations?
I mean, they had Kanye West is his trainer was a part of some type of intelligence. His background dealt with intelligence and had him taking these type of medications, made him feel some type of way, whatever the case is. You hear him say it. You're like, that guy right there was connected, and he's connected to this person, connected to that person. But for all y'all see, he's just a regular trainer. But his background goes into intelligence and mess around. What is that? MGK Ultra, whatever.
MK Ultra.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So interesting. But my point is that's that mind control and the type of medication that you take and stuff like that. And that's why he was just like, yo, I gotta get away from these people because they got me taking this type of medication. They saying that I'm sick. I'm not sick. I'm this. But either which way, it's a definitely interesting day and time right now. I'm just hoping that Jay-Z and Diddy, they make the right moves, because when it comes to the culture that the hip hop culture that we have, it has been perverted by the American society way of doing things, or what we call fun. Like we took our way of life and having fun and assimilated it to Hollywood, and within Hollywood there's a lot of stuff that goes on, because it tells you what's the guy Leo Cohen. You have what's the older guy that had Mariah Carey at first.
I know you're talking about Clive Davis. Like, these are the guys that groom Puffy, Jay-Z. Yeah, that have Alzheimer's now. You follow what I'm saying? Just like when Reagan caught Alzheimer's.
Exactly. So these guys,
when it's time to answer for Iran-Contra.
You know what I'm saying? These guys come from an era where they're the ones that brought a lot of their ways of doing things, their ways of partying, their Hugh Hefner ways of doing things, you know what I'm saying? And then your man Puff just took it and put a spin on it, and made it classy.
Allegedly. So now the thing about it, is again back to the fact of the war, and there might be a bigger war brewing on the backside, with these connections through lawyers, through government affiliations, because when I think about you hear about people from the streets siding with the police to get other drug dealers off the streets, right?
Right.
You've heard those stories, right?
Right.
Okay, so you ain't gonna tell me that they're not gonna do that in these levels of business too. These guys are, people can be vicious, man. People can be vicious. So I'm just saying. So now I just want y'all to let's look at how this bigger war is gonna play out, because now there is a partnership with OVO in the NFL.
That's crazy,
right? How'd that come about? Why would that come about with all of the dispute that's going on, right? Why would you?
I'm showing you that I'm good with you. I know they got that song and everything, but we good.
Yup.
We good.
So, and that's somebody, because obviously there's other departments, right? Merchandising and so on and so forth. But somebody could have said, hey, hold on, let's not do that partnership yet. Let the NFL, let the Kendrick Lamar situation finish.
Die down.
Yeah, let it finish so we have a certain level of uniformity, right? We're putting out this one uniform message. Nah, they don't do that, right? Okay, so boom. So then, now all of a sudden, in the mix of the thing, you get charges thrown on Jay-Z, which right now is civil. But again, you don't know where this can go. And again, don't sleep and don't think. I'm not saying that Drake did that, but don't sleep and say that it's not possible for people to be able to make these different engagements.
Right. And what's crazy about that right there is I still think the Bacardi thing, man, the Bacardi thing that happened is like you took you won.
Right.
Open your books. You open a book, foul. You owe me money. Got the money, but they didn't like that. And then
right.
The NFL people are the same Bacardi people insofar as their attorneys, insofar as Drake's moms. Those are the same type of people.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? So when it comes to Drake's moms,
right.
You know what I'm saying? People going to get with Bacardi's people.
Possibly.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't know.
Allegedly.
But we're just saying, we just talking. This is how we talk.
People,
these are the things that, but
those type of people have a way of doing things that's been done a long time ago. We just figuring it out right now.
Yeah. And you just
degree.
You just want to have a more than one dimensional look at these things, because it's layered, man. It's layered, and so we want to be able to open our mind. We can't just constantly accept for face value when they trying to destroy one of our people, right? But so now that made me think about what's the future of battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Why
you say that?
Because of the lawsuit. Now, then the lawsuit. These are all culminating. So we go from the partnership now with OVO. All of a sudden, Jay-Z got civil case against him dealing with rape tied into the Diddy case.
Right.
Then all of a sudden you got a lawsuit against the UMG and Spotify based on Drake saying, yo, they pumped the numbers up.
The bots.
And they also damaged his character, in the process, right? And so now we know that they may use, thank you 50 Cent for allowing us to see that they may now leverage that to stop him from performing, not like us at the Super Bowl again, so the war, right? But now, what's the future of battle rap with cats are suing? So I wanted to tell, and I definitely want to get your perspective on it then, but I wanted to firstly tell people that, look, as a league owner, you need to make sure rappers are signing Hold Harmless agreements.
Ooh.
Yeah, make sure that, because see, this protects one party from being held liable for damages, injuries, or financial losses caused by another party, right? I don't know. I'm sure Smack was doing those, right? Probably even before the caffeine area. They team just seem to have they seem to be really about their business. But now, what happens if so what we got to think, right? So I'm thinking that they were doing it, but all of us need to be doing it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I might have had Hold Harmless in our agreements for New World Order 3. I would have to take a look at it because our agreements were put together by Vince Phillips. Shouts out to Vince Phillips from out of Atlanta, Georgia. He represents a lot of A-list clientele as well.
Lil Jon, B&B
and Kevin Gates. It's way past now. I think more, but I know Kevin Gates was one of the last. I think Lil Baby too, but I'm not sure.
Lil Jon.
Yep. So now why I bring it up is that
Lil Scrappy.
So now, what happens if a battle rapper disrespects a third party that has nothing to do with the battle, right? And the battle goes viral. Could the league that published it be liable? You get what I'm talking about? Because once they start setting the precedents, You get what I'm talking about?
You know, case in point for what you're saying right there is like I heard, because I didn't see it, Arsenal talked about.
Yep, perfect. I was thinking that was the exact example.
Murder Mook's moms.
That's
you know what I'm
a fact.
saying? And you know, which is very
in the
disrespectful.
third round. Yep.
Which is very disrespectful, and you know, I don't condone that type
Nah,
of.
definitely not. Nobody does.
I don't condone no disrespect.
Nobody does.
When it comes to that, I think that there's a way you could do this battle rap without having to, you know, digging somebody's trash or even digging somebody's life to bring it out to try to harm them verbally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the fact that he brought up his moms, it could have went left. Your man could have, like, you know, you're talking about my moms, and he could have just, you know, flipped out on him, and that could have became something. It could became riot.
Right.
Other people could have got hurt.
People could have lost their lives behind that.
Within the event itself.
That's
and
a
now,
fact.
as a legal owner, you're caught with that type of
So
drama.
you brought up the correct point.
All right.
Whose fault was it? It was the league owner's fault. I'm gonna be honest, and you know, no disrespect, because I'm sure Calico wasn't thinking about it, but see, that's why, you know, just like if you want to fight somebody, if you really want to settle your differences legally,
Right.
physically,
Right.
what do? You do a sanctioned fight. That's what you do. It's the fight's a sanction. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, anything else, if you fight anybody any other way, bro, it's illegal. Right or wrong? I mean, y'all gotta tell me. Definitely let me know in the comments if you could.
That's a fact.
If me and him could just have a fist fight right now and that be legal, and if the cops come, somebody not gonna go to jail.
Nah,
you get what I'm saying?
Nah, you have to
So,
go through the whole 9 yards.
Why am I bringing that up?
Right.
Because MC War is where we sanction battles between rappers that have reached a certain plateau.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's why we don't do personals. That's why when Vado and Saigon, we did a press conference and made sure they didn't do nothing personal. So now we already letting them know that we don't approve of it. You get what I'm talking about?
Facts.
And this is something that I'm sure, you know, Calico wasn't thinking about, you know, but you know, it's something that you gotta be thinking about, because if he set the parameters as the league, you get what I'm talking about? Then it would have been like, yo, no personals. You could do that on your own. Go on your own. You could spit that verse on your own live on Instagram, bro. You got 10,000, 100,000, 200,000 followers.
Right.
Go spit that on your own live.
Right.
But on this platform right here, we paying you.
Right.
No personals.
No personals.
You know, so again, parameters and what's the future of battle rap, Hold Harmless agreements is definitely something that you as a league owner, those league owners out there, need to be putting inside of your
That's a gem.
repertoire.
No, that's a gem.
Yeah.
That's a gem.
Definitely.
I definitely appreciate the fact that you brought that up. That's a gem that you gave them just now, which is all the league owners and everything else. That's a beautiful thing.
Anybody, we don't want nobody to, you know, come on. Like, we trying to build this whole industry.
Well, that's what makes us the official sport of rap battle.
Exactly. So another battle before we get into the battles, right, that got released this week on versetracker.com.
Okay.
Remy Ma versus Papoose, man.
Oh,
goodness gracious.
Hey, yo, listen, man. It hurts my heart, man.
Mine too.
It breaks my heart because, you know, you got Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, that's dope. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They married and then, you know, they doing their thing. It's crazy. That's beautiful. And then boom, Papoose held her down while she was in prison for 6 years.
Exactly.
Yo, that's dope, man. That's definitely what's really good. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? And then now, you know, whatever's been going on, you know, 17 years of their relationship. And within that 17 years, you know, it's looking like it's over.
Yeah.
And
it's looking ugly right now.
Based on what he's saying, Papoose, he's making it known that, you know, she's cheated on him several times.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Eazy is not the first guy.
Ooh.
He's probably maybe one of many.
Mm-hmm.
You follow what I'm saying?
Sorry, I started saying ooh, you said Eazy because Cassidy dropped a diss track on Eazy Da Block Captain. Cassidy got it off, bro. The timing. All of a sudden, right now, Remy Ma and Papoose, you know, by default is bringing Eazy Da Block Captain into the conversation because he's the one that she cheated with.
Right.
And your boy just dropped the diss record, man. Shouts out to Cassidy. Dissing your aunt on the Symphony beat. Yo, it's kind of hard, bro. Yeah,
I gotta hear it.
It's kind of hard. I gotta hear it. I'm like, dang, I kind of wish he didn't waste it on a diss for a battle, but you know, but it's cool. It's cool. I wish he would have just put some other bars on there, but it's still hot though. It's still hot. But yeah, I'm sorry. When you said Eazy, it just made me, think about that.
Nah, it's just crazy because, you know, the way the whole thing happened. And now, you know, she dropped, Remy dropped a post.
Right.
replying to Pap like, yo, look, man, you saying I was over here with this dude
Right.
in Christmas, you know what I'm saying, last year, 2023, and she dropped the video. This is where I was at. You know, you was right there around the corner, like,
Okay.
you know what I mean, while we was fixing everything up. You know
So
what I'm
she
saying?
snuck out. I don't know what's going on, but go ahead.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, she was able to respond, like, yeah, you saying I was over here
Yeah.
with this picture with this guy, you know what I'm saying, and you know.
Yeah.
Here go the video. This is where I was really at with my baby. So whatever the case is, whatever y'all guys got going on, man, let's leave it alone, man.
I didn't believe it, man. I ain't believe it.
I mean, it's Miss Shields got involved. You know
was
that, right?
yesterday. Yeah, Claressa Shields. It was yesterday when Tut told me that the post finally went up from Remy Ma, and Papoose then responded. It was yesterday that I finally believed that, man, BS, bro. Because I was really hoping that was. I was like, nah, there's no way that you're gonna do that. In my mind, it was like, there's no way that you're gonna go. And I just couldn't believe it, man. I'm like, and then it was in the reality.
I didn't want to
TV.
believe it either, though.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was all something. It was about to play off, or utilize as a marketing strategy. But
I would have much rather that.
Me too. But it is what it is.
I would have much rather the sensationalism for it back, and y'all good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I would have too. So yeah, man. So either which way, man, definitely go check out that new Cassidy joint, right? Dissing Eazy Da Block Captain. It just dropped, some hours ago, right? And then so
and what's crazy is, out of all of this, right? It seems like Eazy Da Block Captain is going to be the one that win. Like they about to make this
he's
dude
winning. He's
they're about to
definitely
make
winning.
this dude like
he's definitely
super,
winning.
like this super like
he's definitely
dude.
winning. He's been something about Eazy has been the entire battle rap industry done really embraced him.
Man, if I was him, I'd be making some music right now
because he was the underdog and stuff like that. But he's doing his thing. Remember, don't he got a show on Tubi or coming on Tubi that's around battle rap? So
and that's facts. But
he
I'm
was
just saying, right?
in the new Fresh Prince, and I know he should be making music.
He should. He was in a new Fresh Prince.
Yeah, he was. They did like a Fresh Prince remake or something a year ago, 2 years ago, or something like that, and they featured Eazy Da Block Captain. I mean, Will Smith done tapped in with him. I mean, he's been doing his thing,
my man, you ride this wave, man. Make some music, man.
Right.
You should be like 2-3 albums in right now,
right.
and then dropping singles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Just ride the wave, man.
Right.
Because right now you winning. You're gonna win. It doesn't matter what happens on Papoose side. He said he knocked you out, stood over you. You know what I'm saying? Remy's protecting you, saying that never happened, and that conversation alone is like bringing you up, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In momentum.
Right. Definitely.
Gotti tried to protect Papoose by dropping the verse against you, and that in itself is building your momentum. And then you got the Tubi situation, you got the Will Smith situation. My man, make some music, man.
Definitely. You
Drop out some merch.
He got to be.
Do something. Yo,
he probably got to be inspired, because that's what the man. Because again, battle rap is all about the freestyles, writing verses.
Right.
Not even maybe. I don't even think these guys write them to a beat. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know if I'm gonna write to a beat. But these guys are writing it. It's a different time zone right now. So that's something that Andre 3000 was just saying. Andre 3000 just shouted out both Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and saying how I think he's about he's
playing the flute.
I think he's about to start making some music again. He was talking about how these guys are in the studio 5 hours a day. The word is osmosis. That's the word I was looking for before when I was talking to you about how you can learn from being around somebody.
Right.
It's called osmosis. So the thing about it is, if he's not in the circle of cats actually actively recording, and that's something that we need to. That's the energy that needs to be created around battle rap again.
Right. That's the gym.
But yeah. So now also that just got released, and it's actually coming. Disaster's battling this dude named Anu Budz in Canada. No, I don't know if it's in Canada. Anu Budz is from Canada. He's from Montreal.
Okay.
And this is and it's coming December 29th, GTX, grind time, right?
Okay.
And but this interesting thing is that it's a religious battle. It's a religious showdown. They promote. That's because listen.
One
is
Jewish and one is Muslim.
Yep. So check it. So shouts out to Disaster. Disaster numbers are crazy. 83 million total views. 118 battles cataloged, and on average 710,000 views per battle.
Crazy.
So I go and look at Anu Budz, and then Anu Budz, this guy got 3 battles cataloged. 2,631 total views.
Wow.
1,326 per battle. So I'm like, you know, and then I didn't even see, he doesn't even seem like a big influencer, but either which way, he is Jewish. So you will see on his content that he's wearing the Jewish flag, the Israeli flag on his head. Like, you know how cats wear the flags on their heads, but he got the Israeli flag on his head, you know, like he's like a gangster Israeli, you know, that's the look. I'm not saying that's who he is or whatever, but either which way, so they are promoting it as Lebanon plus Palestine versus Israel.
Lebanon plus Palestine versus. You know what's interesting about that? You asked earlier where battle rap is going to go. I think battle raps are going to touch all these different arenas of topic of discussion.
Facts.
And this is just one of those topics of discussion.
Facts.
You follow what I'm saying? Right now, you know, we've gotten from the topic of, you know, the you know, this free form, disrespectful, just saying anything.
It's still gonna be free form disrespect,
right? But
it's okay.
I mean, it's blood
Don't
sport.
worry, we got.
It's blood sport.
What they doing is what they doing.
Right.
Again,
that's what I'm saying. It's blood sport.
What we March, definitely 2025. We got something coming, and But go ahead.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, now you're gonna have these different competitions that take place that also cover these different topics. You follow what I'm saying?
And notice war is a part of everything. And shouts out MC War, founded in 2003. The War, though, is the World Association of Rappers. The MC is the Masters in the Community. Check the World Association of Rappers. So the masters in the community, we all keep these rappers in check. But I just noticed it's a World War III. So yeah, man. But you know, the lyric battle will be put its proper perspective. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
So just keep watching, man. And free Dr. York, of course.
Absolutely.
And so
and that's the thing, right? I was just listening to this guy. He was talking about the whole Jay-Z thing and everything, and then he said, you know, he's going to have to protect themselves, you know what I'm saying? Because the way it's coming to him is the way they are coming at Jay-Z from these multiverses. I said multiverses.
Right. Who said that?
It's one of those guys I was listening to.
Okay.
You know what I mean, about Jay-Z. I've been on it all morning.
And that's who gave, you know, me a different perspective. Again, free Dr. York, on how to look at subject matter. You get what I'm talking about? Like, you know, and that's earlier. So, you know, just by the way, when I was saying you got to look at it from different dimensions, Dr. York is the one that actually taught me that, man, by the books, like opening up, like, yo, different aspects of the words and the etymology of what we say, how we think, what we accept is true without research. But but
I'm saying, like, so the moment he says multiverse, I said, who says that?
Right. Come on.
Now, who says that?
Right.
Who? Okay, now y'all think about it. Now, when y'all watch this right here, think about it. Who says multiverses? Yeah, and then think about it.
The question is who in our community, because of course, obviously, the multiverse has been something that's been discussed in you know, astrophysics and physics for some decades.
When the question becomes when, you know what I'm saying? Because when I hear him say multiverse, I'm like, okay, that's where'd you get that from? You know what I'm saying? Because that's not something that we say. We still within the universe. You know what I'm saying? We're still on one universe. You know what I'm saying? So to talk about multiple verses is like to identify that there's more than one universe.
No, that's a fact. Well, there was a I mean, it's either in the early 1900s or late 1800s, there was a scientist that initially had said that he thinks that there's multiple universes. And then, you know, but again, in our community, it's not something that's normally discussed. And then at a latter point, maybe like a decade or two ago, then it was found to be factual that, you know, that there's multiple universes. I was just reading something on it, but either which way, man, but you know, this information don't come down to our community like it should.
I bring that up because of the fact that when it comes to someone like a Dr. York, he don't get his accolades.
Of course,
you know
not.
What I'm saying? When it comes to individuals speaking on, you know, profound thought processes and things of that nature.
And that's why we always make sure we show reverence and say free and do your best, man. Go to freedryork.com and see how you can actually help, because he's not dead. You know what I'm talking about?
Fact.
But yeah, man, it's the same thing, man, that's going on with all these different guys, man. So we have to act and move into motion, man. Seriously.
And speaking on that, right, I have to bring up the fact of these drones, right?
In Jersey,
these drones are becoming a more and more bigger conversation, to the point where they're asking the FBI for help. The government is asking the FBI for help. Like, you know, the mayors in various parts of the states are asking for help. Like, what are these drones that they seeing?
Right, I saw that.
I mean? Like, they're like, what is this that I'm seeing? And,
right.
And the conversation really is okay, if it is China, right? And they're hovering over military bases, then shoot them out the sky. You know what I'm saying? If it is Russia that's hovering over the night sky, and it's a problem, shoot them out the sky.
That's a good point. They had no problem shooting the hot air balloon that China had the other year, right? They shot that out the sky.
So my point,
and it was like, it's a weather balloon. It's a weather balloon. They still shot it down.
So my point is, you're not gonna shoot that out the sky because it has the ability to disappear. There was a moment that you say, okay, it has the ability to disappear.
Wow.
You're like, okay, now that kind of, okay, it just disappeared. So, okay, what is that? So, okay, so you're not going to just shoot it out the sky, because the moment you shoot it out the sky, you might start intergalactical war. You follow what I'm saying? Because you might have something that's not from here that might shoot back. So before you shoot at it, you have to really put it in proper perspective. So if that's the case, then that's not a drone. That's something that you can't identify.
Right.
You put a drone on it because they said there's a drone is as big as an SUV. You know what I mean? This thing is like a couple of 100 feet from the Earth's floor. You know what I mean? Not like 300 feet from the floor. So that means that you could obviously see what's going on. And it's like, okay, because you don't see 4 different propellers to call it a drone. You know what I mean? Like, the drones that we seeing right now, you got propellers. You follow what I'm saying? And if it's like a space, like a aerial plane looking drone, then it looks like a plane.
Right.
If it then okay, that's a drone that looks like a plane. But you're saying that it's an SUV looking drone and that disappears.
Right.
So it's something that's not from this atmosphere. You know what I mean? And I don't want to call it what it is. It's something from outer space.
Not yet, but they're about to. When Trump get in, they probably going to start talking about what's really going on, because he's been saying that he's going to release what's going on with extraterrestrials for a long time now.
That's that SpaceX.
We're about to see.
He put together a whole department called SpaceX. You follow what I'm saying?
Thought SpaceX was the company, Tesla's. That's the name of Tesla's company.
What's that?
I'm not sure, but I know he did put together a space department in the last administration.
It looks like Star Trek symbol.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but not SpaceX. Yep.
Okay, I got it mixed up between, but Elon Musk is inside the United States Department right now.
Oh yeah, nah, it's a fact. That's a fact.
But
it's a different name for that particular department. That's all I was trying to say.
No, it's a fact. There's no debate on that. It's a fact. I'll find the name and bring it back up. But the point of the matter is, right now these drones are letting you know what time we in when it comes to our daily lives. But because of the fact that we're desensitized on what we see in the sky and between entertainment, we can't take it seriously that we have activities that's happening in our Earth's atmosphere.
Man, and with that, it's debatable.